Hi, this is Nancy Wakeman, and in this video, we are going to cover new client dormitory registration using the Shelter Client Information Application, otherwise known as SCIA. This is the SCIA landing page, and from here, you are going to select Client Intake, and from this page, you will select New Client. Shelter Dormitory Registration. The first thing you're going to do is select your incident disaster, your district zone, and your shelter. Mine are pre-selected because I've been working in this shelter for a while. Then you're going to select your client's primary language. English is the default, but there are other choices. Then you're going to come over to the other side of the page, and you are going to put in the client's name and age, and then you do want to collect the client's email address and phone number so that you have the ability to connect with them while they are in our care. Then you scroll down to the bottom of the page and you select the client's pre-disaster address. The first step is to enter the zip code, and that will then allow you to enter additional information to determine a legitimate address. This part of the system has an address lookup function. So you start typing the address, and it will continue to search until it finds an address that is, in fact, a legitimate address for that zip code. Notice that the fields down below now get pre-populated. If you did not find a legitimate address, you can click on No Address Found, and it will open these fields up so you can type in them. Also, at the very, very bottom, you find three other choices, checkboxes. If the location does not have a traditional address, if there's no permanent address, or if the client refuses to provide their pre-disaster address, you may select any of those. Once you've completed, you hit Continue. And then you are on the household member page. You're going to want to assign a cot to the individual. The arrival date you can change using this calendar icon into a date in the past. And then you can also add another client member. And I'm going to put in Judy Hope. Don't know whether there was one or not, but here we go. Now, Judy's a whole lot younger. Judy's a daughter. We're going to put in Judy's information. If we want to, we can also collect her email and mobile phone. Obviously, if Judy was a child, there probably wouldn't be an email or mobile phone. Once again, you want to put in a cot, and you want to set the arrival date so that it's correct. Once you've completed, you hit Continue, and then you are on the urgent needs information page. When you add in an urgent need, and we're going to add in a walker for Bob, these show up as a referral. And hit Continue when you are done. Now you are on the important information page. This is where you want to determine whether or not the individual has registered for FEMA, which is only a legitimate question if it is a federally declared disaster. And then you have three questions that have to do with allergies, health, and religious things that the individual may need. All three of those, once you click on them, will give you the ability to make a selection below them. And once you've made that selection, those are part of the client record. Once you've completed that, you can hit Continue. Now you come to the Head of Household page. The default for this page is the first client name that you entered, but you can change it by using that radio button. Once you're completed here, you hit Continue. And there's pets. The default for this page is no. If the client has pets, you can go ahead and register them. There's a whole video on how to do pet registration. Continue. Information sharing. Client consents for American Red Cross to share information with partners to aid in their recovery. These are partners like FEMA, HUD, local community organizations that will help with housing, etc. So we encourage clients to recommend to share that information as it is helpful in helping them get out of the shelter. Also, the client consents for the American Red Cross to make their information available to support reunification with individuals seeking to find them. So if someone calls 1-800 Red Cross looking for Aunt Judy could be found if there was a yes on this question. Once you've answered those, you hit continue. You are now on the registration summary page. You need to review the information that has been entered here. And then what you want to do, and you need to remember to do this, is scroll all the way to the bottom of the page and hit confirm. Otherwise, you have thrown the information that you just collected over your shoulder. So now you are on the client landing page, and you can look and see what's going on with Bob. And you can see that his referral from that he needed a walker is in fact listed as a shelter referral. And there's our needs a walker. And that's how you enter a new client. Thank you very much. I hope this has been helpful.